Mary Furious here with 5 minutes is better than nothing of personal development. We're studying my book, How to Study Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. We are on chapter 8, page 209, and we're just reading one page and then thinking about it and talking about it. That's 5 minutes. You can do 5 minutes. I swear you can do 5 minutes. He says on page 109, comment as to the character of this man seems unnecessary. It must be obvious to all who read this astounding message that its sender possessed loyalty of the highest order. This is important. Racketeers and dishonest politicians have prostituted the honor for which such men as Adams died. When Governor Gage received Adams' caustic reply, he flew into a rage and issued a proclamation which read, I do hereby, in his majesty's name, offer and promise his most gracious pardon to all persons who shall forthwith lay down their arms and return to the duties of peaceable subjects, excepting only from the benefit of such pardon Samuel Adams and John Hancock, whose offenses are of too flagitious a nature to admit of any and other consideration but that of condign punishment. As one might say, in modern slang, Adams and Hancock were on the spot. The threat of the irate governor forced the two men to reach another decision, equally as dangerous. They hurriedly called a secret meeting of their staunchest followers. Here, the mastermind began to take on momentum. After the meeting had been called to order, Adams locked the door, placed the key in his pocket, and informed all present that it was imperative that a Congress of the colonists be organized and that no man should leave the room until the decision for such a Congress had been reached. Great excitement followed. Some weighed the possible consequences of such radicalism. Old man fear. Some expressed grave doubt as to the wisdom of a definite decision in defiance of the crown. Locked in that room were two men immune to fear, blind to the possibility of failure, Hancock and Adams. Through the influence of their minds, the others were induced to agree that, through the Correspondence Committee, arrangements should be made for a meeting of the First Continental Congress to be held in Philadelphia, September 5th, 1774. Remember this date. It is more important than July 4th, 1776. If there had been no decision to hold a Continental Congress, there could have been no signing of the Declaration of Independence. So, decision. Napoleon Hill is driving home the point that decisions need to constantly be made, right? We make decisions of what it is that we want. And then all the way up to that experience until we reach that goal, another decision has to be made. Another decision has to be made. Another decision has to be made. John Hancock and Samuel Adams were faced with multiple decisions that tested their faith in what they wanted to accomplish. It tested their persistence in going after their goal. So what Napoleon Hill is showing us through these people who actually lived in this world and in our history, he's showing us that persistence and faith in our goal and the decision to get there, no matter what, burn the ships, right? When we do that, we begin to make decisions that take us into that place. We make the main decision, and then each subsequent decision after that leads us there. And he's pointing out that these decisions aren't necessarily easy to make. I would argue that they're easy for John Hancock and Samuel Adams to make, but probably not everybody else in that room at the time, because they have to be brought along the path. But John Adams and Samuel Adams and John Hancock already made the decision. So once the others make the decision to go there, they will be able to make the smaller decisions that lead up to it in a better, quicker way. All right, all for now. Talk to you later.